Hi, in this video, let us discuss few of the non-access modifiers. For example, we have final, static, they are non-access modifiers. Let us discuss. We will see a example for that. First, we will start with the final. Let us create a class called text converter. Inside this class, prepare a final variable public. So it will be a private final int limit equal to 2. Okay. So let us have a method public string convert case. So this method takes string as a parameter. Also it takes a count and it will check if the count is equal to the limit. If count equal to limit, it will return your limit is reached. Otherwise, it will convert that text into string into uppercase and it will return it. Okay. So now in this code, see, since we have declared the limit as final, it is a constant. It will act as a constant. So inside this convert uppercase method, if you assign any value to the limit, you will get compilation error. For example, if I want to assign value 3 to the limit, I am getting a compilation error message. The final field text converter dot limit cannot be assigned. Okay. So final, if you declare a variable as final, they are constant. Okay. So now let us have a class. Let us have a class my text converter. Okay. So let me create a class my text converter, and this my text converter extends text converter. Okay. So inside this my text converter class, try to override this method public string convert case. Okay. So let me override that method. Okay. But if I want to prevent anyone to override that convert uppercase method, I can do that by declaring that method as final. So if I declare this method as final, I cannot override that method inside the subclass. Okay. So now I am getting, since I have declared this method convert uppercase as final inside the subclass, if I try to override this method, I am getting error message cannot override the final method from text converter. Okay. So this is about final. If you declare your method as final, that method cannot be overridden. Okay. Suppose if I declare the class as final, so public final, in this case, what happens is we cannot extend that class. We cannot create any subclass from that class. See, we get the error message, the type my converter, my text converter cannot subclass the final class text converter. Okay, so if you declare a variable as final, then that variable become constant. If you declare a method as final, that method cannot be overridden inside the subclass. If you declare a class as final, then no class can subclass it. Okay, this is about final. Now let us talk about static. So let us create a class called attendance register. Okay, attendance register. Inside this class, what I do, I declare a static variable, private static int count, and let us have a method. Let us have a method public void mark attendance. So this method increment this count. So it will increment this count and also print the count value. Let us have a system.out.println to print the count value. Okay, so it will print the count value also. Let us also have a block of code. We can create a block of code using a curly brace, open curly brace and close curly brace. Inside the block, I can have a system.out.println and can declare a block also as a static block. So this way we can declare a block also static block. So I can print I am executed first. Okay. That means always the static block get executed first. Right. So we also declare a static method. So let us declare a static method public static void display greetings. Okay. So this method display welcome. So let us int welcome inside this display greeting method. Okay, so now we have this class. Now let us remove the static before count. So it is an instance variable now. So now let us create a demo class to run this code. Demo. So let's create attendance register object inside the demo class. So let us create the attendance register object a1 equal to new. Okay. So we'll call the mark attendance method. Okay, we call the mark attendance method here. This method inside the method what we have done is we have incremented the count and we print the count value. Okay, so let us have few object instances of attendance registers. So we have three object instances. Okay, now we will what we do is we we print we print the we run this code and see the output. So we have this mark attendance method. Inside that method we increment the count and we print the count. Now the count variable is instance variable. Okay, now let us run this code and see the output. So static block get executed first. So we are getting this printout. I am executed first. Then count values are printed. Count value 1 is printed always. But we have three objects, but count value is 1 always, because every time we create a new instance, a new copy will be available to that object instance. So we always have, for the default value of copy is integer variable is 0, so it is incremented to 1. So we get only 1 always. But if you declare that variable as static, then that variable will be shared across all instances. So we will get incremented every time. So now if we run this code, the count value will be incremented every time, because that count variable is shared across all the instances of the attendance register object. So we have count 1, count 2, count 3 is also getting printed. Now one more thing is, let us try to uh, call the method static method. Static method you can call without creating object instance by using the class name dot display greetings. So it will call the static method. Okay. So let us run this code and see the output. See, we are getting the output welcome. So in this video we have seen final and static. These are some of the non-access modifiers. There are other non-access modifiers also available, like transient, synchronized and all. They will be discussed in the respective courses.